Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Thursday, June 8th, around 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. The big story is smoke, smoke, and more smoke. We'll get to the bottom of it in just a moment. Canadian wildfire smoke disrupting U.S. air travel. The smoke wafting across the eastern U.S. is causing flight delays and cancellations at major airports and travel hubs, as well as, breathing issues. Keep calm. It's boom time. FAA lifts the ground stop at New York City Airport, but delays flights due to smoke. And they were choking it out in the Northeast, Philly, New York. The scenes were amazing. Over at our Twitter feed, we have posted some of that footage. Here is the George Washington Bridge in New York this morning. Take a look at the visibility. There is none. We just loop it through for you. Barely can see across the river there. Just an amazing sight. And you can check this out over at Oppenheimer Ranch at Diamond the Dave on the Tweeter. Extreme cold causes Lexington plants to get windburn. This is some of the grand solar minimum meridional flow effects. We had extreme cold temperatures in some areas in the Northeast, and that means no peach crop this year, Massachusetts Farm says. And that is because of some extreme cold back in February damaging the flowers. Now, how did the Canadian wildfires start? Well, it was lightning, and there's lots of conspiracy theories around. First of all, the mainstream media is saying it was started because of drought. The only problem with that is there is no drought over here in Quebec where the fires started. None. That's what this chart says. None as of April 30th. None drought. So what is the culprit, and why are conspiracy theorists saying that there were 23 people strategically placed in the woods that all lit fires at the same time? Well, because they're not that smart. And I just pulled up the lightning map for June 1st, the exact date of this map and time. And what you can see is in the region of all those fires, we have hundreds of lightning strikes happening. It's the only time in the last 7 days that lightning hit this region. It happened to be the day that the fires started. So no conspiracy theory needed. It was lightning. And those fires, 47 in all, not a lot of precipitation coming to this region to put these babies out, which is bad news for the air quality in the East Coast all the way down. Take a look at this, almost to Florida. We have some poor air quality. But the worst air quality is up in the Northeast here, Buffalo, Pittsburgh. A lot of these regions are going to continue to be choked out for days. This is the 3-day smoke forecast, which is bringing us all the way to Saturday. And you might have a slight reprieve here in Boston over the weekend, but it is going to be hazy continuing for days. Now, severe thunderstorms are moving over Houston. Warnings just issued by the National Weather Service. And here's the full forecast. Dense plumes of Canadian smoke plague the eastern U.S. A persistent low-pressure system in the Northeast combined with large Canadian wildfires is producing tremendous amounts of smoke and has resulted in deep plumes of smoke spreading into the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and Ohio valleys. Unhealthy air quality alerts produced by the EPA are in effect for many high-population urban centers along I-95 corridor. Hazy conditions extend into the central U.S. Now, have you seen? Well, you have now. These are the surface conditions over at Greenland, and they are booming. Well above average for this date as we enter the melt season. 2 gigatons of ice formed today, almost record territory. We're keeping a close eye on that, as well as the Arctic ice extent, which is now at a 10-year high and rapidly rising, as well as Arctic sea ice area, also a 10-year high. So heads up, mainstream media. We just dropped the memo. Seismic update. No quakes of note. There was actually a large rumbler, 5.7 in the Aleutian Islands near Rat Island. There are several volcanoes out there, so we'll keep a close eye on that and see if that might be some uptick as far as volcanic activity in the Aleutians. Overall, all is quiet on the Western Front. Worldwide volcano news update. We do have some activity in volcanoes worldwide. Sakurajima with strong bursting created dense billowing ash plumes today. We do have video. And Krakatoa, there was powerful volcanic eruptions. We did predict an uptick here, and there was some intense paroxysms today as Kilauea volcano. Another lava oozes out of the crater wall fissure. Here you can see on the side of the caldera, there is lava coming out of the side wall. Quite interesting. Also, Mayon, an uptick at Mayon. Let's see where that is. Boom. A number of glowing lava blocks detaching from lava domes as we have pyroclastic flows at Mayon. That's the first video we'll look at. And there are a lot of people nearby here, so anything twice as large as this could reach this town. So a lot of people, I'm sure, are quite worried about the pyroclastic flows running down the flanks of Mayon. Yeah, see? She knows. Again, this is over at our Twitter feed, and we do have video footage of Sakurajima, I think. Where is it? Yes, it's down here. And this is Japan from earlier today, obviously sped up a little bit. But can you imagine living in this city? Certainly a nail biter. Pretty amazing. Let's look at that one more time. A time lapse of Sakurajima today. Puffing and passing just to a few thousand feet, probably 7,000 feet there. Nothing too spectacular, but spectacular nonetheless. What's not spectacular is space weather for June 9th. All is flat. Current X-rays at B9.7. 3-day geomagnetic forecast is for all flat, potentially psychic, and lots of chemtrails. No aurora potential. And nothing is happening on the Solar Max sun. Let's take a look at the latest HMI intensity. There are some spots, tons of them. They're just not doing anything. Now, have you heard? A Las Vegas family claimed to have seen aliens after several report something falling from the sky.
It's
now, I can tell you
on May 1st when a Las Vegas Metro police officer's body cam
based on the color.
When a Las Vegas Metro police officer's body cam. It's almost
it's
midnight on May 1st.
That's a
when a Las Vegas
Metro
police officer's body cam
traveling
catches
at 40,000 miles
flashing
an hour.
low in the sky.
And these people are making up a story to get famous. And that's a boom to knowledge. Join us tomorrow as we interview Valentina Zarkova. So stay tuned. That's going to be up on Oppenheimer Ranch Project later in the evening. And be safe. We love you. Please share the video to help grow the channel. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. And check out long-term food storage at Prepare with the Ranch. All the links are below.